My name is Jonathan Marcus. I am a project manager in construction. I am also a part-time real estate investor, and I have a few rental properties, which would, I guess, classify me as a landlord. I think the reason why I chose Jack was obviously social media exposure. Growing up with him and seeing kind of what he was doing was kind of exactly what I was looking into doing. I wanted to get my feet wet with investing into real estate, and I saw that he was, doing quite well at that. And this is, I think, at the start of his career where he was launching it off, and I kind of reached out to him, and he had essentially all the answers to questions I had and contacts, and very knowledgeable in that sense. And he was, in my opinion, very open to conversation with real estate, and I think he was probably just the only guy I knew at the time who was so invested into it, and someone that I could reach out to. That I think that's probably what pushed me to reach out to someone that I knew personally who would kind of maybe show me the ropes a little bit. So specifically, Jack was a big part in my first refinance, which obviously was scary. It was a nerve-wracking, to say the least, with, again, not knowing much with real estate at that time. I wasn't really well-rounded with brokers, real estate agents, criteria of what to look for in multifamily residence homes. And I think it was, an easy choice to go with him. With, again, second reaching out to him, he had basically held my hand and showed me introduced me to my brokers who I used for many years. And again, had all the questions to the answers. Kind of really was there for me throughout the whole process. Was pretty responsive, was very responsive. And he kind of just made the whole process for me painless, and it allowed me to feel confident going into the deal and the many after that to follow, and the ones after that to follow. So it was really nice to, reach out to someone again with a personal bond with and friendship, but to obviously reach out to someone that he talks and he knows what he's talking about, and just very well-rounded, very well-spoken and patient, and it helped me to feel comfortable with moving towards the next steps of obviously the refinance, which the purpose of that was to obviously to reinvest. Well, I think for me personally was the biggest challenge was definitely that first refinance, and that was the one that Jack was very hands-on with for me. And ever since then, I kind of got my confidence and got the momentum to kind of continue that plan and move forward. And that, I think, was my biggest achievement, was kind of just going for it and taking that leap of faith. But again, it was a lot easier with knowing kind of Jack had my back on that one, and any questions or uncertainties I had at any time I could call or reach out, and he was extremely helpful, and I think made me feel a little bit easier going into it and confident, which then allowed me to obviously build my confidence and continue to do that and build my portfolio and whatnot. So personally now I'm on my fourth rental property. I was able to refinance the one property that Jack helped me with twice already, which allowed me to buy two others, which I've continued to move into, renovate and turn into a accessory apartment and or multifamily. And I'm looking to go on to my fifth. I think the most valuable aspect of coaching would definitely be the hand-holding experience, and contacts and knowledgeability goes a long way. And I think it can be definitely overwhelming when diving into real estate investing and being uncertain and not having any contacts. And I think that can definitely be a make or break it for a lot of people. And I think with the coaching that Jack provides, it's a seamless experience. It's, again, I keep using this, but a handheld experience, which I think, until you gain the confidence of being able to do it on your own and build those relationships, it's It's something that I would 100% recommend, as it can be overwhelming, especially when you're trying to maintain your everyday life, whether you have kids, which I do, full-time job and everything else. It's not often you see someone with a whack load of money who's able to just drop it on a home, and if you are, good for you. But like I think the rest of us, I speak when I say it takes a lot of the weight off and a lot of the pressure off, and it allows you to invest into real estate with having a confidence and a understanding, because that's another thing that Jack offers, is not only does he hold your hand and do these things for you, he kind of mentors you along the way, which I think is it's priceless, in the sense of you go into the deal with almost no confidence if you're doing it on your own, to having all the confidence in the world, to having someone help you do it, hold your hand, to then now guiding you and building you to someone who you can eventually do that on your own, which I think is the most valuable aspect of coaching. Is, yes, of course, allowing you to invest and getting the help to back it, but leaving whether you continue to do it or not, but leaving coaching with the knowledge and the understanding of how to build your own portfolio is, I think, probably the most valuable aspect of coaching. My future in real estate is looking good so far. It takes some time, but again, something I've gone over Jack is a 10-year plan, which I think is we're well on our way, and I still work full time, but the goal is to leave the corporate world and kind of go full gung-ho on real estate. So that's coming up hopefully within the next couple of years, and I definitely would not be able to do that without Jack's help. So thank you, Jack, for all the help, and I 100% recommend coaching from Burnstone Capital.